Donald J. Trump is crazy as a fox. Simply put, the man is sly. He knows exactly what to say and when to say it. He is not crazy. He is not maniacal. He is not insane. He's doing everything on purpose because he understands the power of the media. Listen, it is estimated that he has gotten over $1 billion in free media through the antics and the statements that he has made. He has spent less money than all of those against him. The 16 that went against him spent millions, hundreds of millions of dollars, and Donald Trump just said outlandish things, and he kept the cameras on himself. He's doing it again today. And so when he said he was going to talk about the birther situation, I put a post on Facebook, and effectively the post simply said, in so many words, that Donald Trump is going to say that the Clintons are responsible for the birther rumor, and that he, in fact, was only following something that they had put out there. He'll probably go on to say that, or his surrogates will go on to say that. So I knew he was going to do that because I concluded that everything about his antics and his statements was all about timing, distraction and deflection, holding attention and taking attention away. That's what he does. That is a true sign, I believe, of a narcissistic person. They have to have the whole world's attention on them at all times. A narcissistic person that has to accomplish. So when you combine those two things together, you get an interesting mix here. And this is why I believe that Donald J. Trump, should he become president, at least from the first 2 years of his presidency, will not be a problem for those of urban America, because Donald J. Trump has made a lot of representations. He said, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that, and watch me. This is going to happen and that's going to happen. And then he caps it off with, believe me, because he really means to do that. Those things that he is saying are things that he wants to accomplish. He's had a measure of success in his life with the little resources that he's had. And so now, if he takes it to high office, he has the treasure trove of America. He has all the money, he has the military, he has the power, he has a reputation. In his mind, there's no way I can't accomplish this, right? You know, the $1 million loan that my dad gave me, and I turned that into tens of millions, into a couple of $1 billion. Then there's nothing I couldn't do if I had all of those resources within the American government. So I believe, because of his desire to be praised and worshiped and to be lauded, he's going to do his best to make those things happen, because after all, it will redound to the stroking of his ego, his legacy, his "see, I told you so," or "no one can do it better than I can." He needs that. He's hungry for that. So I believe if he gets in office, he is going to be the worst nightmare that the Republican Party has ever seen. They have not yet had a nightmare moment with him yet. These things that they have been dealing with now are small episodes. You will notice that no major surrogate of the party is coming behind Donald Trump during the last 2 months of this campaign process. Secretary Clinton has her husband, the former president, Bill Clinton. She has the current president, President Barack Obama. She has Elizabeth Warren, and she has Senator Bernie Sanders. These are like 4 major guns. Oh, and don't forget Joe Biden. So she has a deep bench of surrogates who are supporting her to try to push her across the finish line. Whereas across the aisle, Trump has no one. Typically, they're usually out there at this time backing their nominee. The Republicans know this, that if Donald Trump gets in office, he is going to be a nightmare for them, because this man, driven by his desire to accomplish the things that his ego says he can accomplish, are not the things they want to do. It's going to cost too much money. It's going to be very hard to pull off and remain a conservative. So Donald Trump is going to be their nightmare, because what's going to happen is he's going to take to the office and he's going to rail against them where they don't give him the money needed to do all those things that he said he was going to do. And after all, he must do those things because his word is out there. And it's not about his word being his bond. It's about his word building his ego. See what I have done. That's why his theme is Make America Great Again. That is a phrase that says, I can establish greatness. I am greatness. And so President Donald J. Trump is going to be a blessing to those areas that the Republicans have neglected, because he wants to be seen as the savior of the world. And that's why he often says, after making promissory to do certain things, these two words: believe me.